Hey YouTube, this is Trep, and I'm back on the road to top 10 for Ubers. I know it's been a minute, and I apologize for that, but here is the team I'll be using today. Well, actually, I do want to show you where we stand on the ladder. We did just bust into the top 500. Let's go ahead and search for it. I did a lot of testing of this team, tinkering, and it's still not perfect, but I feel like I really put together a team that's fun to use and is pretty darn competitive. As you can see, 313 on the ladder, not very high. But maybe let's try and get into the 1600 somewhere today. But today we'll be using this team right here. It is built around Psychic Terrain and Mewtwo Y and a Choice Scarf Lunala. It is a lot of fun to use, guys. Like, think about the ladder and think about what the heck do you switch into a Psychic Terrain boosted Side Strike from a Mega Mewtwo Y. This thing has 194 special attack. It breaks chains, guys. It hits so hard. Outspeeds a lot of the tier, which is super cool and super important to the overall composition of the team. Choice Scarf, Lunala also there to be a sweeper. And then, honestly, this team hasn't really changed a whole lot. I threw together a solid core in the back that can take care of most threats that would be threatening to these two mons. But with Psychic Terrain, what's really cool is you can't be hit by priority moves. So things like E-Killer and Shadow Sneak are just not even an issue. I do have a switch in for Marshadow, being this defensive Arceus Fairy. Oh my goodness, it's hard to speak today. Because obviously dark types are very, very threatening to me. So I have a triple Fairy, triple Psychic Core with a Primal Groudon. It seems very simple, but it works very well. I have tinkered with this set a little bit. Calm Mind is there for stalling teams. I've run into a couple closer to the top of the ladder. My alt for testing is actually higher than this account, but that's not important. And I did have Ice Beam for like Yveltal, but considering it, I have multiple switch-ins to Yveltal, being the Magearna and the Arceus Fairy. So I felt very, very safe against Yveltal, and I don't really worry about that thing. Probably the biggest threat to my team and the hardest mon to switch into is going to be Primal Groudon. I mean, what do you switch into that thing anyways? With its ability to have coverage, it really is a hard mon to switch into. Somebody brought... Hold on. Sorry, my headset was bothering me. Somebody brought in a Ho on my Primal Groudon. I'm like, what are you doing? Primal Groudon normally runs a rock move. And in fact, this set used to have a rock move. And I put on Fire Punch instead because Steel Mons are annoying to deal with. Like bulky steels that sometimes you run into, like Ferrothorn and Celesteela just randomly on the ladder. And obviously, Steel is a very hard typing for me to switch into as well. With my Primal Groudon being the main switch in there. But it's supposed to be hyper offense. It's supposed to be fun. The team will be in the description. It is fun to use. I enjoy it. This used to be more a defensive set, but I felt like the offensive typing of Fairy and Psychic was just way too good to pass up. So I went ahead and made it max. Because it does actually outspeed a good chunk of the tier. Ubers are not usually that fast. Not a whole lot of them. I mean, obviously... there are a lot of mons that have a great speed tier and are super fast, but a lot of the mons that you run into are actually kind of slow. So, with that being said, this is the team. I'm going to be using it. You can use it with me if you'd like. It's a lot of fun. I feel like a broken record at this point. And look at that. We got a stall game right off the rip. Mega Mewtwo Y is going to be the key to this game. Also, Lele puts in a lot of work. This guy's a very interesting team, to say the least. Yeah. His Slowbro is gonna be interesting, because I'm assuming that's Mega Bro. I'm just like trying to think how I win this game. We'll just lead Lele as he leads his Greninja. He doesn't kill me with anyone move, just knowing from OU. This is probably just Scarfed anyways. But all around, Magearna just usually walls this thing, so I don't feel like risking. Yeah, and as he shows to be not Protean, that's probably Specs, so that's probably Battle Bond in the back. Do not switch in well to this thing, so I'm going to go into my own Groudon and see what he usually just go for rocks. This would be his rocker. But he goes straight for the Precipice Blade, showing to be a more offensive set with as much damage as he just did. Holy cow. And honestly, I can't turn around and OHKO this with any one move. He just outspeeds me, so that's a very offensive Primal Groudon. I don't really see a Dark Switch in, and Mewtwo is key to breaking his team here. So I'd rather go Lunala. And, like, Greninja's not an answer to this. So, I mean, he might just go Gastrodon, which is probably Spidef. He goes into Ho-Oh, which is also Spidef. It took nothing from that. So that's why I also have Psyshock. This is a tough game in general. I'll go into my Lele. This is not an accurate showing of what this team can do, guys. I swear. As he burns my Lele on the first try. I'm gonna throw off a Toxic as he goes hard Greninja. This guy is a madman. I miss it anyways. And he's just gonna U-turn. I'll go into my Arceus Fairy as he Hydro Pumps. This guy is playing so reckless with a team like this. It's really surprising. Obviously he does outspeed me, but that does not enough to knock me. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just going to recover off the damage. In fact, I want to double. I'm doubling to Lele right here, as I expected him to go into something like Ho-Oh. I needed a little bit of offensive momentum here. I'm going to try and Toxic this thing. Yeah, that's my play. As it goes Arceus Water. I'm telling you guys, Mega Mewtwo Y actually like 6-0s him. It'd been really nice to get up rocks, especially since that's an offensive Groudon. I just need a little bit of damage on it, and then Side Strike just blows through its team. Because Ho-Oh is not taking that. Gastrodon is not taking that. Greninja doesn't even outspeed. Slowbro's not taking that. Groudon's not. So we just need a little bit of damage. And I don't want to go into it yet. So we'll go ahead and go Magearna. As he goes straight for the Judgment, doing a little bit of damage, not too bad. But I'm gonna take the opportunity to throw off a Fleur Cannon. Groudon would be his main switch in, but he won't necessarily really appreciate this. And I needed this damage anyways. Please hit. Thank you. I need it. Okay, that was so clutch. So clutch. Honestly, Magearna is going to be my key to victory against Mons like his Greninja and Mons like his Arceus Water, as he just goes straight for the Rock Polish. Can you hit? He misses the Precipice Blades, which sucks. But right now, he's in range of my Lunala, and I usually outspeed these things. But you saw like how offensive this thing is. I was honestly sacking this thing anyways. As you can see, he can't even finish me off. In fact, Fire Punch does close to what Precipice Blades does, so I'm not sure why he decided that. But either way, Lunala lives the hit, no matter what. And he does switch into Ho-Oh. But I think it's time to sack the Lele and then just start sweeping. Because in comes Mewtwo. And I'm clicking Calm Mind, because he's probably just going to sack off the Groudon. And I think after a Calm Mind, I just win. Okay, so I don't know why you would go Greninja, because I outspeed you anyways. And Aura Sphere will knock you out 100% of the time. I don't know if you'd be Sash Greninja on a team like this. But he knows he's in trouble at this point. If he tries to start doubling, I can always get up another Calm Mind. As he goes Slowbro. Which isn't going to help you. Not in this scenario. I don't have the Ice Beam. I'm so glad I have Shadow Ball. Yeah, he's just doubling. I'm going to throw up another Calm Mind. No. It doesn't matter because... No, we always Side Strike here. Because even if he keeps doubling... the Mons, like they're not true. Yeah, as he does stay in there, and we knock out the Ho with a Side Strike, doing clean amounts of damage. The Arceus Water is in danger over there. You're not going to appreciate this. I don't care if, yeah, goodbye. Yo! The breaker is coming through right now. I don't think you eat this. Okay. He thinks he's like slick or something, but... In fact, I'm gonna throw up a Calm Mind. Because Judgment's not doing anything to me. Just so I can be back to where I was with that terrain. And just click Aura Sphere. Knock this thing out, and I should be able to finish this game off here. Like, there's no doubles he can make. He doesn't have enough. And he gives up. So you can see how powerful this Mega Mewtwo Y is. It's nothing to be trifled with. You saw how far behind I was, but this guy just didn't have a true answer to it. We get a win in a game that kind of started off poorly. I mean, it definitely started off poorly. As like, you can see how threatening offensive Primal Groudon is. I mean, I guess I can always get some chip with Arceus, but it's Arceus Fairy, man. And I don't want to make it Arceus Ground, which would make my answer to Groudon be a little bit better. Because I would rather have... you know what? I should probably make it Arceus Ground. Just because I'm thinking here, and like, what's my switch into a Marshadow? Marshadow is so hard to deal with, man. And a close combat from a Marshadow is gonna, I think, from a Life Orb and Bandit, I think 2-hit KOs Arceus. And I'm thinking outside of the box. And if you ever think that I'm really just trying to, guys, I cut myself off on purpose. This is very interesting because he has a Smeargle, and normally, okay, so this is my dilemma. Normally these guys go straight for the Nuzzle, but he might just have Spore and Hazard. So I'm gonna go for the Magikarp instead. Magikarp, see, yeah, he does have the Nuzzle. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. But Magikarp's always my play. So he goes hard Arceus Fairy. I mean, we have Magearna. He might just double back. No, he decides to start setting up Calm Mind, which isn't necessarily like overly threatening to me. Because we have the Heart Swap, we can steal those boosts away. But I first want to Pain Split. Get some health. As you can see. And he might just set up another Calm Mind here, but he also might... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And I don't have a ground immunity. I meant to Heart Swap there. I clicked Pain Split instead. And looking at, honestly, I don't need this Mon, so I'll just try and Heart Swap now. Because he does knock me out, so it's not a big deal. But he doesn't have a switch in unless he has an Art. No, this is Arceus, okay? So he doesn't have a switch into this. Goodbye. Something is dying. So like I said, I don't necessarily need that Magearna. It's nice to have the Heal Bell, but here's my dilemma. Is the Marshadow, as we were just talking about this. Spectral Thief, so that looks like to be Scarf. Or Focus Sashed. And honestly, I want to double here, because, yeah, I thought Smeargle might come out. Smeargle or Groudon were my thoughts. I really like Will-O-Wisp. Earth Power would be pretty good, darn good, too. But here I'm just going to throw off Psyshock. As he does double, we do break through, and he is sashed. Okay, so that's what I figured. A lot of times those things are sashed. We still do have Defog in the back. How much did he do? 28? Yeah, so this is always a fine switch in. And I kind of had a feeling he might double there anyways. We'll go into our Groudon. Because we don't really have a switch into this. It shows to be more offensive, I think. As he does knock us out. We can still definitely win this game. So this game instead, I'm going to go for the... Oh, but Mega Mewtwo Y is so great. I'm going to go for the sweep with... See how much that does. See, that's the damage. Okay, so it doesn't even knock us out. I think it depends on the set, but sometimes that does knock us out. But like I said, I think I'm going to go for the sweep with the Lunala. We can always go Lele here. As he gets up his webs, I'm actually going to double. Because Rayquaza comes out here. Now I want to recover first. As that shows me Life Orb. No, it's not Life Orb. Is that Banded? Hold on, I need to count that. Give me a second. Because I need to know if I need to defog or burn this thing. Come on. Arceus. Fairy. Nope. Utility. Is that right? That's actually the exact set. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, it is the exact set. Rayquaza. This is Flyinium. That's scary. What about Bandit? Choice, Band. It's doing way more than that. Hold up. You just sashed? I have to defog. I don't have a choice. Okay, so I'm glad he did decide to switch. Oh, buddy. This is so tough here. So I can live... oh my gosh, not a while. No, I wasn't thinking that that was going to live. But I can live a Shadow Sneak with my Shadow Shield. But I'm running out of mods. He's going to win this game. Because I didn't break the sash on the Smeargle. I was thinking... See, that was the thing. Is so I'll always attack a Smeargle. Oh my gosh, it died. It just fell over. Last time he went for webs, so I'm just going to side strike this thing. He might not even have... He goes for the Nuzzle. But I should outspeed you. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, no. But this is okay. Because... Doesn't Arceus Fairy just win? Like, I'm going to sack this thing. So I get in my Arceus Fairy. I get off the defog so that I can outspeed. Because the Smart Shadow's not a threat. Oh, unless he can do that. Hold up. I didn't even think about Endeavor. That's so cool. I never even thought about that. Very interesting. But Ice Beam. Please don't be sash required. I think I still win, right? I forgot I had Ice Beam for half a second. Right? Now he is sashed. But he can't Extreme Speed me. So yeah, I win. Excuse me. GG. So we did just bust into the 1600s, which is cool. This does look like another interesting matchup, and we'll see what happens with the Yveltal. Probably Ultra Necrozma. This looks like Hyper Offense with a Lugia. I don't know why people even use Lugia in this tier. It's really... all it does is Toxic and Roost Stall, and it's boring and annoying. So anyways, I'm going to lead off with my Lele. This is my typical lead. Now he can't knock me out unless he's max speed specs. Is that worth the risk? Yeah. I'm going for the Moonblast. Because I'm thinking about his initial switch in anyways. And he doesn't know what my set is. So he goes Necrozma, which is fine. Because we have a switch in for this thing. That shows me offensive. We'll go Groudon. Just by that damage. Because this is our initial switch in. And I want to get my rocks in this game. Because he goes Lugia anyways. Lugia does get defog, right? But that's not what they usually run. Whoops, I did that backwards, didn't I? Yeah, so it does get defog. But it's not like a huge deal. I'll go Magearna, see if he does defog. Nope, he just... See, like, this is... Why do people use Lugia? It's so boring. as he just sets up a substitute. Like, what? I'm going to go into my Lele. Because he's just going to throw up a sub. Oh, nice. Okay, so now we can Toxic this thing. Nice. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. And I can always heal Bell too, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. As he goes into Necrozma here. So now this thing is starting to get scary. And I need this thing for Xerneas 100%. I'll go into my Lele. See what he decides to go for. He goes just for a Moonlight. Okay. So that's interesting. I'll go into my Primal Groudon. Because I do want to save Lele. But I wanted to get up the train again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Fire Punch I feel like is totally free here. He goes into his Lugia. The ultimate boring Mon. And honestly, I'm going to go into my Mega Gengar Y here. Do you guys like these names? Godfather, Godmother. Like, and now we start putting in some work. Moongeist Beam, show me your switching. That's doing 58%. He gets his Toxic off, but Lugia is dead. So that's good. And I might just stay in against the Marshadow if he decides to go there with it. Because he does. Because I need to... But I have a switch in. I'm doing it. Okay, so he isn't Scarf. I didn't think he might... Like, looking at the team, Scarf didn't make sense. Like, I feel like the Yveltal is Scarf. And out it comes. So, at this point, I can definitely just go into Magearna. He's just going to U-turn anyways, right? No, Dark Pulse. Gets a crit. He's lefties. Okay. And we'll just Heal Bell. As Necrozma comes out. I'll go back into my Groudon. As he can just Earthquake. But if he doesn't do his Mega thing... Okay, so he has a lot of speed as well. But in comes Lunala. And show me your switching. Like, Scarf Lunala is so good. I was trying to find a Mon that maybe could somehow like replicate what Scarf Lunala can do. But all things considered, like, Lunala just does its job so well. And I'm going to go into Lele because this shows to be defensive. And I'm actually just going to double. Because Necrozma's coming out. And I'll Moongeist Beam. See, the good thing is he's having to roost and switch, and he has reliable recovery. Is the only annoying thing. I'll go into my Arceus Fairy, because this does invite in the Necrozma, and if he goes into it, then I can just Will-O-Wisp that thing. Amazing. Okay, so like I said, offensive, but we get the burn on the Necrozma, and that's exactly what I needed. And now Lunala can come out. Did I say Lunala and Necrozma? It sounds very, very similar. Boy, that does actually still a lot. And I'm just Ice Beaming. Yep, I knew the Yveltal was coming out. It should... I mean, that was super aggressive. And we always double attack this thing. Like, I don't care if you go into Necrozma. Like, that doesn't matter too much. I'll go into Layla, though. Because it's more offensive, and I don't want the Yveltal getting health back, as he just Earthquakes anyways. Oh, what would you go for? I don't necessarily need Psychic Terrain. He shows to be a little bit slower. I guess, I mean, that makes sense. And he gets a crit, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I can go into this and just Shadow Ball. Knock you out. The Yveltal is not going to be living any hits at this point. I had to be a little bit aggressive. I outspeed you and knock you out, so it doesn't matter. I knew you were Ultra Necrozma. Everybody loves that Mon. But it's looking bleak for him. If he goes Xerneas, I'm going to stay in Side Strike because I think most sets it just kills. Yeah, so Yveltal is on 4 health. This thing's going to go down as well. to the Aura Sphere. Out comes Xerneas, so now he's starting to get desperate. And we'll see if this does, in fact, knock him out. No, it doesn't. Close, though, as he just sets up the Geomancy. And I would like to save this, so I'll just sack off my Arceus Fairy. Which just dies in one hit. That's insane, yo. But we always hard swap. Always, always, always. I can knock it out. Totally easily knock this thing out with a Flare Cannon at that point, or at that range. But if I miss, that... I mean, it's close. Like, you can see, 48%. Like, definitely a crit. Ends the game there. And the last Mon is going to be his Primal Groudon. Which could turn around and win this game right now. Okay, just Fire Punches. I was scared because if it was Rock Polish, I think I actually lost. I really do. We'll go into this and Moongeist Beam. It might knock it out depending on the set. Obviously it doesn't, so I feel like that was might have been a more defensive set. He obviously didn't have the Rock Polish, otherwise he would have gone for it, and I think he wins in that scenario. So, it has been... we can get one more. We can do one more. Let's get one more. 16-16. Move it on up, move it on up. So yeah, this team isn't perfect, but I really do like the team. He's bringing an interesting team with Garchomp and Tyranitar. It just feels hyper offense. That's what it feels like. In comes the Garchomp to lead. In fact, this is maybe his Mega? He doesn't necessarily have to have one. This thing is actually pretty darn good in general. I'm just going to go Arceus Fairy, as he does throw up his rocks. I was thinking about the Magic Coat, but that felt pretty obvious. I'm just going to defog as he stays in to Swords Dance. Okay. Will-O-Wisp you. You need to relax. Okay. Just relax. He's probably just Sash Lead. And now we can throw off a Judgment. But his own Primal Groudon comes in. This thing is so scary. That is offensive. Super offensive. And Rock Polish, it feels like the set. He doesn't have his own... Yep. But like I said, I can live this hit, and Earthquake should be able to knock him out. Should be. Like, no promises. I like his team. I really do. Maybe just E-Killer in the back. I think it's just hyper offense. As he misses... See, this is why I don't run Precipice Blades. It doesn't hit 85% of the time. I know... I mean, it didn't kill me anyways. Like, I know it says 85%, but I promise you it's more like 63%, if that. But I can just go into my Arceus Fairy. This is totally free all the time to defog away these hazards. Shadow Shield could be crucial, so saving that is always nice. And in fact, he could just Suicide Rocks if you wanted to. Like, that sucks because getting damage on my Primal Groudon is super important. As you can see how much that's doing. He goes into his Arceus Ghost, which is cool. It's super cool. But we'll just burn that thing. Because it's set up. Yep. Yep. And I'm going to recover off this damage. So he's just like super hyper offense, physical cores. As he sets up 2. I'm gonna sack my Lele because my Arceus is super great. As he sets up another one, he needs to relax. Relax with those. Oh my goodness. And this is the most expendable member on my team, and I outspeed him. And he dies to the burn. Oh no. That was a super... What kind of set was that? That was odd. I'm gonna go with my Megairna. This team is destroying him right now. Like, this is like a 6-0, and I haven't taken... Yeah, I'm 100% on all my mons at this point, and he's down 3. And he can't even hit a focus blast. I am sorry. Not that matters a terrible lot. Oh boy, that one's gone. Hold up. Like the Precipice Blades, that one sucked. Wait, why? I'm a +1 Magirna. Yeah, you just die. Oh my gosh, guys. He's got 2 Mons left. This is like the perfect game right now. I'm throwing the perfect game on a couple of misses, but regardless. I don't think there's any way that I can actually... Well, I could. Well, not with the Sandstorm, though. Oh, darn. I could totally get the perfect game here if I had a Scarf Lunala out right now. Because I'm guessing that's Ultra Beast. But does Ice Beam even kill Ultra Beast? That thing's bulky. I'm going to say it doesn't. Even regardless of those misses, I feel like I was playing this game and putting myself in the position to win anyways. I had a pretty good matchup. Because his team is kind of slow. Yeah, his team was really slow. And relied on setup. He didn't even have a Scarf on the team. So Mega Mewtwo, I would have had a field day against him. Even with a Tyranitar. Because Aura Sphere. Now, I actually want to check something. Okay, so he goes into the Dusk Mane. Ugh. See, the Sandstorm is what's going to do it, man. It sucks. If the Sandstorm wasn't up, I could totally get a perfect game here. I'm going to go hard Mega Lunala or whatever. As he goes through the Autonomize. But he shouldn't be able to knock me out. So is he just weakness policy? Bulky weakness policy? Yep. That's what they like to run. There's a potential I just threw this game. But I'm fairly certain Magirna lives 1. I'll sack the Lele. I think Magirna lives 1. And we'll hard swap. To steal his speed and everything else. I thought about tricking. That just dies. Yo, guys, we just got reverse swept. Hold up. Oh my gosh, Groudon, you're a lord. Oh my gosh, I thought I just got reverse swept. I really did. Oh my goodness. I would have been so mad. I was trying to 6-0. That's why I went hard into Lunala. But it's not like... I mean, I was going to 6-0 anyways. I was trying to get the perfect game is what I was trying to do. I guess the play would have been Groudon. I don't know. See, there's no way because of the sand. There was no physical way. If the sand wasn't up, then I could have gone Lunala if you would have set up an SD, and then it would have been over. That is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed. The team is in the description, like I said. I built this team myself. This is my baby, and I like it, and I love it. It's fun to use. It's not like the Deoxys attack, which might actually be better. I want to use Mega Mewtwo Y because this hits on the defensive side, and you have 194 special attack with it. I mean, it's just so strong. Oh, shoot, GG. I really don't think it would have been all that different. Well, then again. See, but I would have played it differently. I don't know. He's probably upset. But 1627 on the ladder is where we sit. Let's refresh. 119th place. On our way to top 10. There's other videos in the series. There's other. If you enjoyed this, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.